A small human child crept through the rocky hills of the dragon world. The land was strange, with sharp stones and glowing plants. The air felt heavy and sparks of energy floated in the wind. Humans were not meant to be here. The dragon nesting zone was forbidden. No human had ever entered it and returned safely. But the child did not know fear in the usual way. He had lost his colony, and hunger and loneliness drove him forward. He kept low, his small hands brushing the glowing plants so he could stay hidden. In the distance he saw the first signs of the dragon nest. Huge shadows moved across the cliffs, wings that stretched wider than his eyes could follow, scales that shined even in the dim light. He stopped and crouched behind a boulder. His heart beat fast, but he did not scream or cry. He had to see the eggs. The child remembered the stories from old humans. Dragons were fierce, ancient creatures older than most civilizations in the galaxy. They could sense intruders and their fire could destroy any human. But the child also remembered another story. The eggs sometimes chose who could carry them. He had come not to steal for greed but because he needed hope. He wanted to protect, not to hurt. He moved carefully along a narrow path. Sparks of energy from the storms above danced around him. He felt a shiver but he kept walking. The nest was high on the cliffs, guarded by tall, black stones. He looked up and saw the eggs. They were bigger than he imagined, soft and glowing with colors that changed from blue to gold. They pulsed slightly like they were alive. He could not believe his eyes. He had never seen anything so beautiful. He stepped closer and a small crack in the cliff revealed one egg almost alone. He thought it was abandoned. Quietly he reached out and touched it. The surface was warm under his hand. He smiled. He whispered, "I will take care of you." He lifted it carefully, holding it close to his chest. Suddenly the wind changed. The air grew heavy. He froze. A shadow moved across the cliff, larger than anything he had seen before. The child's heart pounded, but he did not run. He held the egg tighter. The shadow stopped above him. A voice, deep and calm, filled his mind. It was not spoken with words but felt inside his thoughts. "You should not be here," the voice said. The child looked up. His small eyes met the massive shining eyes of the dragon queen. She floated above the nest, her wings wide and strong. Her scales shined like molten metal. He could see the energy flowing in her body, the power that made her the guardian of the eggs. I wanted to protect it," the child said softly, not moving. The dragon queen studied him. She had seen many intruders but never one like this. Humans were fragile, weak and careless. Yet this one was different. She could feel his heart, his care, his fear and his courage all at once. "You touch an egg not abandoned," the queen said. "And yet you hold it with care. Why?" "I am alone," the child whispered. "I lost my home. I wanted someone to protect, something to care for. I will not hurt it." The queen lowered herself closer. The other dragons watched silently, their wings folding neatly behind them. No claw moved. No fire burned. The child realized that even the smallest mistake could end his life, but still he did not run. He trusted his heart. "You are small," the queen said. "Small and weak. Yet here you are." She tilted her head. "Most would steal, destroy or run. You came to protect. You may not understand what this means." "I understand," the child said. His voice was calm though his hands shook. "I want to help it live." The queen hovered above him for a long moment. Then she looked at the egg. It pulsed in response, brighter now, almost as if it recognized the child. The other dragons stirred, whispering among themselves, curious and surprised. No human had ever made an egg respond. The child held his breath. He did not speak. He did not move. He only hoped he was not making a mistake. Around them, the cliffs glowed under the storm's energy. Sparks danced, lighting their faces. The queen's eyes studied him carefully, sharp and deep. Finally she spoke. "You may leave, for now. But know this, the egg sees you. It has chosen and it watches. If you fail it, you will not escape the consequences." The child nodded, still holding the egg tightly. "I will not fail," he said. The queen rose into the air, her wings spreading wide. She cast a shadow over him, immense and powerful, then vanished into the storms above. The other dragons returned to their eggs, silent and careful. The child exhaled slowly, relief and wonder filling his chest. He knew he had taken a risk no human had ever dared. But he also knew something incredible had happened. A dragon egg, ancient and powerful, had responded to him. Something in him had been seen, recognized, and perhaps even respected. The child turned, still holding the egg. He started his careful journey down the cliffs. The path was dangerous, but he felt hope for the first time in his life. Somewhere in the universe, a bond had begun, between a human child and a dragon egg. A bond that could change everything. And the child smiled, whispering softly to the egg, "We will be okay. I promise." The child walked carefully down the rocky cliffs, the dragon egg cradled against his chest. Every step felt dangerous, but he felt a strange calm. The dragon queen had not attacked him. She had only watched. That alone filled him with wonder and fear at the same time. He could still feel her eyes in his mind, like a warmth and a warning mixed together. He paused on a narrow ledge and looked around. The nest above was quiet now. The other dragons returned to their eggs, circling slowly, their large wings folding against their bodies. The child realized that every dragon in the nest had seen him. They could have crushed him in an instant. But none had moved. None had tried to harm him. Somehow they were waiting. The egg in his arms pulsed softly. The child held it closer and it felt warm, almost like it was alive in a new way. He whispered to it, "Don't be afraid. I will protect you." The egg seemed to glow a little brighter, as if it understood. Then a deep, calm voice echoed in his mind again. "Human." The voice made his stomach tighten. He froze, his small hands clutching the egg. "Do not move. Do not speak unless spoken to. Come forward." It was the dragon queen. She had returned silently, floating above him, her enormous wings stretching wide. Her scales shined like silver and bronze, reflecting the glowing storms in the sky. The child could feel the power around her. He wanted to run, but he could not. Something told him that running would not help. "You are very brave," the queen said. "Most humans would have run, screamed, or dropped the egg. You did none of these things. Yet bravery alone is not enough. Tell me why you took the egg." "I wanted to protect it," the child said softly. "I am alone. I have no home. I have nothing. I wanted to care for something, someone. I will not hurt it." The queen circled slowly above him, her wings creating soft winds that lifted his hair. She seemed to be studying him, looking at his heart more than his body. "You are small, weak, and fragile. Yet you carry a heart that is large and steady. I have seen many creatures who are stronger than you, but none show the care you show." The child swallowed hard. "I don't want to take what is not mine," he said. "I only want to help. I promise I will not do anything wrong." The queen paused in the air. She looked at the egg, which pulsed brighter as if it were responding to her presence. Then she looked back at the child. This egg is not abandoned. It was waiting for someone who could care for it in a way no other being could. "I see now that it has chosen you, human." The child blinked. He had never imagined that an egg could choose him. He thought only dragons did the choosing. "Me?" he whispered. "It chose me?" "Yes," the queen said. "And this is the first time in history that a human has been chosen. Other species have tried to bond with dragon eggs using armies, technology, and force. None have succeeded. You succeeded with only care and honesty." The child felt a small warmth in his chest. He looked down at the egg and felt a strange connection. The egg pulsed gently, and he thought he could hear a soft, quiet sound in his mind, almost like a heartbeat. I will protect it," he said. "You will be tested," the queen said. "You will face challenges you cannot yet imagine. The egg will grow. It will demand courage, wisdom, and patience. You must be ready to give it all you have." The child nodded. He did not fully understand, but he felt a strange certainty. He had never been chosen before. Nothing in his life had prepared him for this, yet he knew he had to accept it. "I am ready," he said. The queen hovered lower, her immense eyes studying him. Most humans would fail at this test. Most would drop the egg or run in fear. But you are different. You have something other species lack. You have heart, honesty, and patience. These are what dragons value most. Strength is nothing without them. The child held the egg tighter. "I will not fail," he said quietly. The queen rose slowly, her massive wings spreading like the sky itself. "Then know this," she said. "You are now under my watch. The other dragons will follow my command. You are protected, human, but you are also responsible. The egg will grow and bond with you. Together you will face many dangers. I expect you to rise to them." The child nodded again. He felt fear, but he also felt hope. For the first time in a long time he felt that he belonged somewhere. That he had a purpose. That he could make a difference in a galaxy that had seemed so empty and cruel. The queen circled once more and lifted into the glowing storm above. The other dragons followed silently, returning to their eggs. The child was left alone on the cliff with the egg in his arms. He looked at it and whispered, "We are chosen. Together we can do this." The wind swept past him, carrying sparks and energy. The nest was quiet again, but the child knew that everything had changed. He had survived the Dragon Queen's judgment. He had been chosen. And somehow he felt that this was only the beginning of an extraordinary journey. The child held the dragon egg carefully as he walked down the cliffside. Every step was cautious, but he felt the strange warmth of the egg pulsing against his chest. The bond between them seemed stronger than before. The egg responded to his heartbeat, and he felt almost as if it were alive in a way that went beyond what he could see. He whispered softly, "We will be okay. I promise." Far above him, the Dragon Queen hovered in the stormy sky. Her massive wings spread wide, reflecting flashes of the glowing energy that swirled across the cliffs. Her eyes were sharp, intelligent, and full of curiosity. She watched the child carefully, studying him with patience that only a creature as old as the galaxy could have. "You have passed the first test," the Queen's voice echoed in his mind. "You are brave, honest, and careful. But the true question comes now. Will you make the choice that no other species has ever made?" The child paused, his small fingers gripping the egg tightly. He looked up at her massive figure, shimmering in the storm's light. "What do you mean?" he whispered. "This egg," the Queen said, "is not like others. Dragons bond with their own kind or with those chosen through strength and power. No human has ever been trusted with a dragon egg before. Yet this egg has responded to you. It sees your heart, your care, and your patience. It chooses you." The child's eyes widened. It chose me?" he asked, his voice trembling. "Yes," the Queen said. "And now comes the choice. You may leave here safely without the egg, returning to your world. Or you may accept the bond and carry the egg with you. This bond is more than care, it is responsibility. If you choose it, you must protect it, nurture it, and grow with it. You cannot fail." The child looked down at the egg, which pulsed softly, almost as if it were waiting for him to decide. He could feel a strange connection, a life force that seemed to trust him completely. He thought of his colony now gone, and of the loneliness he had carried for so long. He thought of hope, something small and fragile, yet stronger than fear. I will protect it," he said finally. His voice was steady though his hands shook. "I want to keep it. I want to help it grow. I promise I will not fail." The Dragon Queen circled above him, her eyes narrowing in careful judgment. "Most species would fail this choice," she said. "They would take without care or reject responsibility. You, however, are human. Fragile, weak, and underestimated. Yet you are the first who has chosen to put heart above strength. That is why the egg responded to you. That is why you have been chosen." The child nodded, holding the egg closer. "I understand," he whispered. "I will do my best. I will care for it no matter what." The Queen lowered herself closer, her immense wings brushing the glowing storm. "Then know this," she said. "This egg will grow with you. It will sense your emotions, your courage, and your patience. It will test you, challenge you, and demand your strength. You will not face this alone, but you must lead. You must guide it as it grows, and it will guide you in return." The child's small chest rose and fell quickly. He had never imagined such a responsibility. It was frightening but also exciting. For the first time he felt that he had a purpose. That he mattered. That his life, small and fragile as it was, could make a difference. The Queen's voice echoed again. "Understand this well, human. The bond is not a gift. It is a choice. One that will affect your life, your path, and perhaps the future of your kind. Other species have tried to claim dragons through armies and machines, but you have done what none could do. You have been chosen because of who you are, not what you have." The child looked down at the egg and felt its pulse sync with his own. "I am ready," he said softly. "I accept the choice. I will not let it down." The Dragon Queen hovered higher, her shadow covering the cliffs. "Very well," she said. "Then it is done. The bond is real and the world will notice. Other species will be surprised, perhaps afraid, but they must respect it. You are no longer just a human child. You are now the guardian of one of our own. You will grow, and the egg will grow with you." The child felt a warmth spread through his chest, stronger than fear, stronger than loneliness. He realized that for the first time he was not alone. He had a companion, a friend, a life to protect. And in protecting it he would grow stronger than he had ever imagined. "You must go now," the Queen said. "Carry it carefully. The journey will be long and many eyes will watch you. But you have chosen wisely. You have shown the heart of humanity." The child nodded and took a careful step down the cliff. The egg pulsed in response, almost as if it were approving his decision. He whispered, "We will be okay. I promise." The queen rose into the stormy sky, her wings wide and calm. She looked down once more, her eyes sharp and deep. "Remember this," she said. "Humans are small, fragile, and underestimated. But sometimes the smallest creatures carry the largest strength. You have proven this today." The child continued down the cliffs, holding the egg close. He knew the journey ahead would be hard. He knew there would be challenges he could not yet imagine. But he also knew that he had made the choice that no other species had ever made. He had chosen responsibility, care, and heart above all else. And in that choice he felt hope, strength, and the first true sense of belonging he had ever known. The child walked carefully through the glowing cliffs, the dragon egg cradled against his chest. Each step was cautious, but he felt a strange warmth and hope that had not been in his heart for a long time. The egg pulsed gently with his heartbeat. It seemed to trust him completely, and that trust filled him with courage. Far above, the dragon queen hovered silently. Her massive wings reflected the glowing energy of the stormy sky, and her eyes followed the child's path. She had chosen him and she would watch him. Other dragons in the nest had returned to their eggs, circling slowly, but all kept a watchful eye on the child. The child had never felt so important in his life. He was small, fragile, and human, yet he had been chosen. He realized that the universe had never expected anything from humans, and yet here he was, carrying the first dragon egg ever bonded with a human. He whispered softly to it, "We will make it. Together." As he moved, the egg pulsed more strongly. The child felt it responding to his emotions. When he was cautious, the egg seemed calm. When he felt hope, the egg glowed brighter. It was as if it had a life of its own, yet it connected with him completely. The child realized that this bond was more than responsibility, it was partnership. The news spread quickly even though the child did not know it yet. Across the galaxy, sensors detected a new energy pattern in the dragon nesting world. Other species who had tried for centuries to claim dragon eggs were shocked. They had used armies, advanced machines, and cunning tactics. None had succeeded. Yet a human child had done what no one else could. The child noticed the difference in the winds as he continued down the cliffs. The air seemed calmer near him. The egg pulsed in time with his heartbeat. He smiled. For the first time he felt that he was not just surviving. He was making history. The dragon queen spoke in his mind again. "The bond you carry is unusual. It changes the rules of the galaxy. Other species will notice and some will fear what they do not understand. But know this, your bond is strong because it is built on heart, patience, and care. Not on weapons, not on machines, not on power. You humans are small, yet you hold a unique strength." The child looked up at the sky, imagining the queen and the other dragons. "I understand," he whispered. "I will take care of it. I will not let it down." The queen's eyes softened. "It is not enough to protect it, human. You must also grow with it. The egg will teach you things you cannot imagine. It will demand courage, wisdom, and patience. You are its guardian, but it will be yours as well. Together, you will change the course of the galaxy." The child felt a wave of awe. He was just a small human child, yet he carried something greater than himself. He felt hope and pride, but also a responsibility heavier than he had ever known. He whispered to the egg, "We will face whatever comes together." As he reached the base of the cliffs, the winds changed again. Energy flows danced around him and sparks flickered in the air. The egg pulsed in response, brighter than ever. He realized that the bond had become stronger, almost like a bridge between his heart and the egg's life force. He smiled, feeling a strange joy and connection. Across the galaxy, some watched the energy signals with curiosity and fear. Humans had never done anything like this before. The child did not know it, but he had made the first human-dragon bond in history. Other species had treated dragons as tools, weapons, or property. But humans, fragile and underestimated, had achieved something impossible. The child moved carefully through the cliffs, thinking of what lay ahead. He did not know where he would go or what dangers might come. Yet he felt ready. He had the egg, he had hope, and he had the queen's watchful presence in the sky. That alone gave him courage. He stopped for a moment, looking down at the egg. "You chose me," he whispered. "And I choose you. I will not fail." The egg pulsed brighter, almost like it was responding with a soft hum. The child smiled, realizing that together they were stronger than he had ever imagined. The queen spoke one last time before disappearing into the storm. "Remember, human. This bond is not just about you. It is about the future. Humans are small and fragile, but you can carry hope, courage, and care that others cannot. Protect this egg and it will change the galaxy with you." The child nodded and took a deep breath. He felt ready for the challenges ahead. The path would be difficult. Other species might try to take the egg. The galaxy might not understand him. But he was determined. He had been chosen, and the bond he carried was stronger than fear, stronger than loneliness, stronger than any challenge. As he walked into the glowing plains beyond the cliffs, the egg pulsed warmly in his arms. He knew that he was not alone. He had hope, purpose, and a companion that trusted him completely. Together they would face the universe. Together they would change the galaxy. And the child smiled, whispering softly, "We are not just surviving. We are starting something new. Something important. Something no one has ever done before." The child walked through the glowing plains, the dragon egg safe in his arms. The cliffs were behind him, the dragon queen far above in the stormy sky. He could still feel her presence, calm but powerful, watching him as he carried the first human-dragon bond in history. The world felt larger now, full of possibilities and challenges he could not yet imagine. He stopped for a moment and looked at the egg. Its warm glow pulsed with life, almost like a heartbeat. The child whispered softly, "We will grow together. We will be strong." He felt a strange connection, deeper than friendship, deeper than family. The egg seemed to answer him, glowing brighter as if understanding every word. The winds shifted, carrying a soft hum of energy from the cliffs above. The Dragon Queen's voice filled his mind once again, calm and strong. "Human, you have carried the egg well. You have shown care, patience, and courage. You have done what no other species has ever done. You have been chosen not for strength, but for heart." The child's small chest rose and fell quickly. He had never felt so important, yet he also felt the weight of responsibility pressing on him. "I will protect it," he whispered. "I will not fail." The queen's wings spread wide as she hovered above the plains. Her eyes shone like molten gold, and her voice carried both wisdom and truth. "The dragons were created long ago to guard the galaxy. We were strong, powerful, and ancient. But we were never meant to rule it alone. The galaxy needs balance, and you, human, represent a force we have never seen before." The child looked up at her, confused but curious. "Me? How can I make a difference? I'm just a child." "You are more than just a child," the queen said. "Humans are fragile, small, and often underestimated. Yet your kind has something rare, a heart capable of care, empathy, and courage that even the strongest dragons cannot always show. You have proven that the smallest species can carry the largest responsibility." The child hugged the egg closer, feeling its warmth against his chest. He thought of all he had lost, his colony, his home, and the loneliness that had followed him across the stars. Yet now he felt hope, connection, and purpose. "I understand," he whispered. "I will do my best. I will care for it, and together we will grow." The queen lowered herself closer to the child, her immense shadow covering him and the egg. "This bond will teach you as much as it learns from you. You will face challenges you cannot yet imagine. There will be moments of fear, doubt, and uncertainty. But the bond will make you stronger, and through it, humanity will prove its worth to the galaxy." The child nodded, determination filling his small body. He felt the truth of her words in his heart. He was fragile, but he had courage. He was small, but he could carry hope. He had been chosen not for power, but for care. And that care would change everything. The queen spoke again, her voice echoing like the wind across the plains. "Other species have always underestimated humans. They have relied on machines, armies, and force. You have done what they could not. You have shown that patience, empathy, and heart can achieve what strength alone cannot. This is the power of your kind." The child looked down at the egg. It pulsed in response, brighter and warmer. "We will show them," he whispered. "We will prove that humans can do amazing things even if we are small." "Remember this, human," the queen said. "Your actions today will echo across the galaxy. The bond you carry is not just between you and the egg. It is a symbol of what humanity can become. You are small, yes, but within you is courage, hope, and wisdom. Protect this egg and it will help the galaxy see the value of your kind." The child felt a swell of pride and purpose. For the first time, he understood that he was part of something much bigger than himself. He had been chosen, and with that choice came responsibility. But he did not fear it. He embraced it. He took a deep breath and whispered to the egg, "We will do it. Together we will change the galaxy. I promise." The queen's massive wings lifted her into the glowing storm. She looked down one last time, her eyes full of pride. "Go now, human. Carry the bond well. Humanity may be small, but you are capable of greatness. Remember, the smallest species often carries the largest future." The child turned toward the horizon, the egg glowing warmly in his arms. The plain stretched endlessly before him, full of unknown paths, challenges, and adventures. He felt ready. He felt strong. He felt hope. As he walked forward, the wind carrying soft sparks of energy around him, he knew that this was only the beginning. The bond between him and the dragon egg would grow. Together they would face the universe, and together they would show the galaxy that humans, though small and fragile, could achieve the impossible. And the child smiled, whispering softly, "We are ready. The future is ours."